Let me tell you something you might not want to hear. Nobody is coming to save you. Not your friends, not your family, not the government, not your boss, not your mentor. Nobody. The cavalry isn't coming over the hill. There is no miracle on the way. There is no perfect moment waiting for you. It's just you. And the clock is ticking. You've been waiting for motivation, waiting for support, waiting for the right opportunity, waiting for someone to believe in you. But let me ask you something. How long are you going to wait? You think success knocks on the door? You think greatness sends you an invitation? You think opportunity feels sorry for you? No. Life doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about your fears. It doesn't care about your past. It keeps moving. And if you don't move with it, you get left behind. Some of you are sitting there right now saying, if I just had more money, if I just had better parents, if I just had better connections, if someone would just help me. Stop. That mindset right there is the prison. You are waiting for a rescue mission that is never coming. And the moment you realize that, the moment you truly understand that nobody is coming to save you, that's the moment you become dangerous. Because now it's on you. And when it's on you, you stop complaining, you stop blaming, you stop explaining, and you start building. Let me tell you something about pressure. Pressure either breaks you or it builds you, but it never leaves you the same. When you realize there is no backup plan, no safety net, no superhero flying in to fix your life, you tap into something deeper, something stronger, something unstoppable. You know why most people never change? Because they still believe someone will fix it for them. They think one day somebody will notice their talent. One day somebody will give them a chance. One day somebody will understand their struggle. But winners don't wait to be chosen. They choose themselves. You don't need permission to work harder. You don't need approval to chase your dream. You don't need validation to improve your life. You need responsibility. Look in the mirror. That person staring back at you, that's the one responsible. Not your past, not your circumstances, not your haters. You. And that's not a curse, that's power. Because if someone else controlled your destiny, you'd be powerless. But since nobody is coming to save you, that means nobody can stop you either. Let that sink in. You want to know the difference between average and extraordinary? Ownership. Average people blame. Extraordinary people build. Average people wait. Extraordinary people move. Average people say, "Why is this happening to me?" Extraordinary people say, "What can I do about it?" You might be tired. You might be broke. You might be doubted. You might feel alone. Good, because when you have nothing left to rely on, you finally learn to rely on yourself, and that's when transformation begins. Nobody is coming to wake you up at 5 a.m. Nobody is coming to force you to work out. Nobody is coming to make you study. Nobody is coming to discipline you. Nobody is coming to build your dream for you. It's you versus you. Every single day. You see, comfort is dangerous. When you believe someone will save you, you stay comfortable. You delay action, you postpone growth, you tolerate mediocrity. But when you understand you're on your own, you move differently. You talk less, you execute more, you focus harder, you grind longer. Because now it's survival. Let me ask you something powerful. If you knew nobody was coming, if you knew this was it, if you knew your future depended only on your effort, how would you show up tomorrow?
Would you still hit snooze? Would you still scroll for hours? Would you still procrastinate? Or would you rise? There is a version of you waiting on the other side of discipline, stronger, sharper, unbreakable. But that version only appears when you stop waiting for help, stop looking for sympathy. The world rewards strength, and strength is built when you carry your own weight. You don't grow when someone carries you. You grow when you carry yourself. Some of you are one decision away from a completely different life. One decision to stop blaming. One decision to stop waiting. One decision to stop playing small. One decision to say, if it's going to be, it's up to me. Nobody is coming to save you. But here's the beautiful part. You don't need saving. You need awakening. And maybe this is it. Maybe this is your wake-up call. Maybe this is the moment you stop looking outside and start building inside. Because greatness isn't given, it's taken, not from others, but from your own limitations. You take it from your excuses, you take it from your fears, you take it from your comfort zone. And listen carefully. When you stop waiting for rescue, you become the hero of your own story. Not the victim, not the side character, the hero.
You ever notice something? When you're at your lowest, the room gets quiet. The phone stops ringing. The messages slow down. But support disappears. And suddenly, it's just you. Your thoughts, your fear, your doubt, your reality. That silence, that's where most people break. But that silence, that's where warriors are born. You see, everybody loves you when you're winning. Everybody claps when you're shining. But when you're struggling, when you're behind, when you're confused, that's when you find out something powerful. This journey was always yours. Some of you feel abandoned. Some of you feel overlooked. Some of you feel underestimated. Good. Because when nobody believes in you, you are forced to believe in yourself. And self-belief built in isolation, that's unshakable. Let me tell you something raw. The world respects results, not potential, not excuses, not intentions, results. You can have talent, you can have dreams, you can have ideas, but if you don't execute, it means nothing. And nobody is coming to execute for you. You want that body? Earn it. You want that business? Build it. You want that success? Fight for it. You want that respect? Command it through discipline. Stop wishing. Start working. The harsh reality is this. Some people are waiting for a mentor. Some are waiting for investors. Some are waiting for validation. But the greatest mentor you'll ever have is responsibility. When you take full ownership, you unlock power most people never touch. Because now, every failure becomes feedback. Every loss becomes a lesson. Every setback becomes fuel. You stop saying, "Why me?" and start saying, "Try me." Let's talk about pain. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is your teacher. Pain exposes weakness. Pain reveals truth. Pain forces growth. And when nobody is coming to remove your pain, you learn to endure it. You learn to use it. You learn to sharpen yourself with it. Comfort never built greatness. Pressure did. Loneliness did. Doubt did. Sacrifice did. The nights when nobody checked on you. The mornings when nobody encouraged you. The days when you wanted to quit but didn't. That's what builds champions. Right now, there are two versions of you. The one making excuses and the one making progress. And every single day, you choose which one survives. Nobody else. You. You want to know why most people stay average? Because average feels safe. Average doesn't demand sacrifice. Average doesn't require risk. Average doesn't push you to your limits. But extraordinary? Extraordinary costs everything. Time, energy, comfort, pride, sleep, excuses. And nobody can pay that price for you. Let me ask you something serious. How long are you going to blame your past? How long are you going to point fingers? How long are you going to replay old mistakes? You cannot drive forward while staring in the rearview mirror. Your past explains you. It does not define you. And listen carefully. The moment you stop expecting rescue, you start preparing for war. War against laziness, war against doubt, war against distraction, war against the weaker version of yourself. Because make no mistake, the real enemy isn't outside, it's inside. It's that voice that says, not today, maybe tomorrow. You're tired, you deserve a break, you're not ready. That voice, that's the villain. And nobody is coming to silence it for you. You have to dominate it. Every morning you wake up, you are drafted into battle. No one sees it, no one announces it, but it's there. Will you conquer your habits, or will your habits conquer you? Will you control your mind, or will your mind control you? Nobody is coming to fight that war for you. You know what's powerful? When a person realizes they're alone, and instead of collapsing, they rise. Instead of complaining, they commit. Instead of quitting, they harden. That's transformation. You don't need perfect conditions. You need relentless commitment. You don't need applause. You need discipline. You don't need support. You need standards. Standards for how you show up. Standards for how you work. Standards for how you think. And when your standards rise, your life rises. Stop negotiating with weakness. Stop bargaining with fear. Stop entertaining doubt. You don't build greatness by asking permission from your insecurities. You build greatness by crushing them. Right now, somebody else is working. Somebody else is training. Somebody else is studying. Somebody else is building. And they're not waiting for rescue. They're not waiting for perfect timing. They're not waiting for validation. They decided. And decision is power. If your back was against the wall, if failure was not an option, if survival depended on your growth, how would you move? Because the truth is, your future does depend on it. Your family's comfort, your freedom, your legacy, it all depends on what you do now. Not later, now. Nobody is coming to save you. But here's what they didn't tell you. You were never meant to be saved. You were meant to conquer. You were meant to rise. You were meant to build something that outlives you. And the moment you stop looking for help, you start becoming help. You become the example. You become the inspiration. You become the proof that it's possible. You don't need luck. You need hunger. You don't need shortcuts. You need stamina. You don't need easy. You need growth. And growth only happens when responsibility is accepted fully. No excuses, no blame, no waiting. Listen to me carefully. There will be nights you cry alone. There will be days you doubt yourself. There will be moments you question everything. Good, because that's the fire. And fire doesn't destroy gold, it refines it. You are stronger than you think. But strength only shows up when comfort leaves. So let comfort go. Let excuses go. Let dependency go.